Halloween is the third episode of the fifth season of Frasier. This is directed by Pamela Fryman, and as always, there will be spoilers from now as I go through the episode and share some thoughts. Considering Halloween is my favourite day of the year, I always look forward to the Halloween-themed sitcom episodes, and this one's pretty decent. It's not my favourite. It definitely got a little bit slow once the party started, but ultimately the final few scenes, the final few moments, the last scene is pretty long, but the final few moments are pretty brilliant. It starts off with Niles saying, "Trick or treat," brilliant first words for a Halloween episode. He's arrived at Fraser's apartment in the costume he wants Martin to wear, but Martin wants to go as Sherlock Holmes. They're going to Niles's Halloween party, which is for the Library Association, and they all have to dress up as literary characters. I love it. I absolutely love it as a theme. Being a writer, being an avid reader, that really makes my heart sing. And I had a lot of fun with this episode. There are so many extras in this, all wearing different costumes, and it's just so fun to look at the background characters when the action is maybe a little bit slow on screen and try and work out who they're meant to be. Tremendous fun. Daphne is going as the wife of Bath, Fraser is going as Chaucer, and we very briefly cut to KCL. There are pumpkins there. Absolutely love the decorations. And Roz is making quite a few mistakes. And it turns out she thinks she might be pregnant. And we'll find out more about this as the episode goes on. The rest of the episode is at Niles's party. And as I said, it is a little slow at times, but because there is so much going on, so many people, so many costumes to look at, it's still really good fun. Roz turns up and Gil is there. Gil's costume looks fantastic. Martin is dressed as Sherlock. He looks amazing. And I won't give away all of the costumes because, as I said, for me that was definitely part of the fun. And Fraser ends up talking with Daphne, but they're both talking about different things. Fraser is talking about Roz's potential baby. She's waiting for a phone call from her doctor to confirm things. Daphne thinks Roz had a car accident, with just how Roz was talking about it. It was a bit ambiguous. And then Niles overhears things and he thinks that Daphne is pregnant and he thinks that Fraser is the father. And then Martin finds out, but he knows that it's Roz, but he thinks that Fraser is the father. And it just gets completely out of control. And it's very well written. It is slow, but the dialogue that we get, the confusion that the characters face, the dramatic irony is just so brilliant that the bits that are good are really good. And basically it ends with everybody in the room knowing, because Niles is about, he proposes to Daphne in front of all of these people, thinking it's Daphne who is pregnant. And as Martin put it, he's going to separate from his wife to propose to the woman who's carrying his brother's baby. But if Niles thinks it's Daphne, he would be there for her. Admirable, hasty, but admirable. And once Niles embarrasses himself, Fraser tells him it's not Daphne, it's Roz, and we don't even know if there is a baby. And we end with Roz standing at the top of the stairs, having checked her answer machine messages, and all she says is, "We do now," and gives a little nod. And then it says, "To be continued." And then the final scene's kind of boring. Somebody's tidying away the glasses and Niles is asleep, passed out on the sofa. Not the most interesting ending. But it's definitely a fun episode. It's a little slow, but the direction it goes in is brilliant and the costumes are just stunning. I'm sure every time I watch this, I'll pick up on a different costume or something will stand out to me that I maybe missed before. We do have a couple of trick-or-treaters at the door with more classic Halloween costumes. That being said, a lot of classic Halloween costumes are also based on literature. I'm thinking Dracula, Frankenstein's creature. So technically, a lot of classic Halloween is very literary anyway. But the party is beautiful, and there are just so many people there, so many costumes. I didn't mention it, but Bulldog is also there with a really brilliant costume. And what's really ironic about Bulldog's costume, I won't say who it is, but I will say ironically, it really stands out, which I just thought was brilliant. It's a good episode. Halloween episodes are always tremendous fun, and Halloween is no exception.